kaupapa like this is super necessary because growing up in a Samoan family, this sort of topic is not necessarily something that we talk about. Not necessarily like freely, but it's not something that is also put out there like everything else. We don't talk about it like it's a normal thing. We talk about it as something as like it's a taboo, so it only comes out here and there. But being able to share whakaaro around the kaupapa, you actually really find that there are a lot of people in education that have similar views, but also wanting to gain as much mātauranga so that we can gift it as well to the next generation forward, so that they too know how to deal with situations when it happens or when they arise. I think the key takeaway for myself is definitely the whole kaupapa around connection before correction, and like it had been spoken before by Sam Sarah, was that it's already become second nature to us Pasifika people, and now that it's something that we're already good at, it's just strengthening that, but also it's given us the tools to use as our first response rather than our last resort.
So at our table we talked about ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, and how the brain scan that we looked at looked different for our little people who had experienced some kind of adverse childhood, and that the frontal and temporal lobes hadn't fully formed, and so that we needed to be reminded about how we can respond biologically appropriately to our little people. Huge need for our Pacifica community to come together and discuss how we as Pacifica educators can make a difference for our little people, but also for our Pacifica communities, and have that Pacifica lens placed upon our trauma-informed practice.
I think the importance of understanding how the brain works when it comes to trauma between a child who has been traumatized and carries a lot of trauma with them, and a child who hasn't really had that kind of experience, the importance that it is okay to speak on it. Really important to speak on it. Find someone who you find is a safe person, who you feel safe, in a space that is safe enough for you to open up about the trauma that has happened in your life.
I have never been before in a space like this where Pacific professionals, Pacific young people in a workplace that come together and share those moments, and going through a workshop with somebody, another professional in the area of in a psychiatry area. I think we've never had anybody before besides Sam. So it's such a privilege and to be in this space. And I also really appreciate the time and the that you and Angie have actually put this together. And I think the work that you both do in the community speaks volume to people that actually engage and really enjoy the space. And I think everybody's having a great time.
My name is Samsara. I am a child and family psychologist, and I have been lucky enough to have the opportunity to facilitate, I guess, two workshops around trauma-informed Ngāluenga with our Pacific educators across Ōtautahi, Karaisitete, Christchurch. I saw so much warmth, so much empathy, so much motivation to support our Talavao and the cohort, the collective that we had in our Talanoa. I feel like they all were able to really open up, create a really warm space and share not only their experiences of their mahi but also their personal experiences. I think there's such a need for more of this mahi within our community and within Ōtautahi generally, and I'm so grateful that I was able to connect with these people. It seems like they all have some takeaways which I'm grateful for, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they take it, staying connected with them and seeing how we can hopefully support and change the future for our young people.